restaurants chase trends, Mosca's never had to. Out in Avondale, time moves differently. The air smells like garlic before you even reach the door. The menu hasn't changed much. It doesn't need to. This is a place built on family and run the same way.
My grandparents were the original founders of Mosca's restaurant, Lisa and Pravina Mosca.
And you're taking on, you're going to be handing out the torch one day.
My mom and me, yeah.
What is your earliest memory in this restaurant?
Oh gosh, I must have been like 4 or 5, but one of our good customers, they would come in every Friday and I was allowed to sit with them. They were good family friends, but they had a pair of boots, these like black leather boots, and I must have liked them, and they let me wear them, and so I think I was like 4 or 5 and I was dancing in the front with boots on.
Do those customers still come to this day? Or
Their relatives do. They passed away, and it's, yeah, that's very generational.
That kind of tells the story of this whole place in the sense that, I mean, it's just generations and generations that keep coming back. How does it feel to be a part of that?
It feels wonderful because I think a lot of restaurants die off because they don't have generational loyalty, I guess, from their customers, where you have not just like the grandparents came, the parents, and now like we have 20 and 30-year-olds coming and they're bringing their kids. So it feels really wonderful, actually, that people are passing down the tradition through their families.
I love that. When did you, and I'm sure everyone in your family has kind of made this transition to realize like, wow, this place is a legacy, but when did you realize that this place wasn't just a restaurant, that it was a legacy?
I think, you know, I went to college at Loyola and I went to graduate school at Tulane, and right around the time I was graduating, my dad was very sick, and so I was looking for a job in the field that I went to graduate school for. But while I was looking, I was like, well, I'll help out, you know, while I'm looking. And then being here, everybody asks, well, you're gonna keep going, right? You're gonna keep going. And I was like, well, now what am I gonna do? I guess so, because that wasn't my original plan. So I think I always knew, you know, it was just part of my life. So it felt like, it didn't feel like a legacy in a very grand sense, but it felt like a legacy to me because it was my life, and this is like my home. But I think once I really started working here, and people were like, "You're gonna stay, right?" I realized it was a legacy in a bigger way.
Carrying that legacy isn't easy, but Lisa does it with her mother beside her, the same way the generations before them did. Stories passed down, recipes protected, standards never lowered.
Your mother had mentioned that you are the stickler on making sure that the sausages are still made in-house, you know, things stay to the tradition, and that's obviously probably a weight off your mother's back to know that you care that much. You know, this is your baby, you know, and you know, it's your decision to, you could change it, make it modern, do all these different things, or keep it traditional. And I think people love the fact that you keep it traditional, and it keeps them coming back.
I think I'd love to remain traditional and modify where needed. And I think there's like a balance with that. You have to do some things. We recently got like an online reservation system, and I keep telling people, aren't we so fancy now? Aren't we so modern?
Do you feel that helps?
It does.
With the organization
because
of it all?
It's hard to be, you know, I have 2 children, everyone has families. We're open 4 to 5 days a week. We're not here for lunch. And you know, people are calling and they're trying to make a reservation, or they're emailing, and it's difficult to keep up with it, and it's important to keep up with it, but it's difficult, and so the online reservations help. So I think there's small ways we can make some modern improvements while still keeping what's important. If
your grandparents could talk to you through these walls, what would they tell you?
They'd probably just laugh at me for being involved in the restaurant. I always say, oh, my dad's laughing at me. He got me good. He got me good with this one. But I think they would be proud of me, and they would say they're very proud, and they you know, they used to live in this building. They worked basically 24/7. Anytime somebody came here looking for something to eat, they were open. So I think they would be really proud of like how far it's come.
Her grandparents aren't the only ones who would be proud of her. The one by her side through all of this, her mother, knows firsthand the hard work and dedication that she has graced the family business with.
Why did I continue? I just wanted to keep what they did. I wanted to continue because they dedicated their whole life to this place. Everything circled around the restaurant. If it wasn't on a Sunday or Monday, you were here. You couldn't go. Even when we got married, we had to run to the church on a Saturday because they didn't hold weddings on a Sunday. So we ran there at like I think around noon or 11:30, got married, ran back, and my husband said to me, "Why, Saturdays are my best days. I can't close." And me wanting to be cooperative and not difficult, I told him, all right. And we had a small, very small gathering on a Sunday here at the restaurant. My aunts came down from Chicago Heights to help my sister-in-law cook. And we had a small dinner here with our very close friends. They started off as customers, and then they became like family. And that's what happened.
So do you guys feel that the Mosca story is obviously an immigrant story, it's a Jefferson Parish story, it's a Louisiana story, and it's an American dream story?
I think predominantly it's an immigrant story. That's just how I feel. People might feel differently, and it's open to interpretation. But my grandparents came over from Italy. You know, they had to leave family to come here. They worked and in conditions that were not ideal at the time. You know, they were in the middle of nowhere. There's more now than what there was back then. So I think it's an immigrant story, and I think you have a certain amount of determination to succeed that is sometimes you don't see as much anymore.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you think that story could be relived again in these times, or it had to be back then when people had a little bit more grit?
I think 100% it could be relived again. I think, you know, as long as you have, I think if you have dedication, and I think if you move forward and you do your best, I would like to believe that good things will come to you. I know that's not always the case, but I think that they, you know, raised a family in a land that was not their home, and I think they had, you know, there was a slight language barrier, and it's a tough industry as it is, let alone when you're stacking up all those other odds.
This place may be deeply rooted in the lore of the New Orleans area, but it also tells a deeply personal story of family. From children being raised here to the love put into each plate, the soul of Mosca's emanates from wall to wall.
I just feel like I'm the caretaker of what we're doing here. It's other people that should really get the big recognition. My father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my husband, that were the original people that started here.
And put in so much. I mean,
and they gave so much of themselves.
But so did you.
Well, and
but you have imposter syndrome, I think.
I have what?
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. You know, I'm continuing with everything they did and trying to keep it as much of their creation as I possibly can. Maybe trying to, very slight improvement, but keeping what they originated. And they didn't get enough praise, I think. At that time, you're just trying to survive and make a living. And now it's like restaurants they're more publicized, and
I think you have the whole social media aspect of it too, which is very different from
what?
I can't even imagine if Dad and Mimi
Oh no, it wouldn't happen.
Oh, but if they were, I feel like it would be quite a hit.
they did something for public broadcasting, and it was fabulous. But it was like in the late 70s, I think. It's Hot Stuff.
Hot stuff, yeah.
And that was shown on public, but there were like 5 or 7 different restaurants that they came and did like clips on, and with here, it was your aunt, I think, was making what, ravioli, or and they came across the UEP long, and they're playing the Italian music. They went across the Pontchartrain Bridge, and it was La Provence. They went to different places, and it was a wonderful, wonderful documentary, But that is not my thing. I'm like petrified. But I'm camera shy, where this one is more.
No, I just don't have any shame. So
right. She's much better.
People talk about mob rumors, old stories, old myths. Inside, none of that matters.
Do people love the idea of the allure of mafia ties to the restaurant? And I'm going to tell you yes, without hesitation. They love it. I think people have always had that fascination with organized crime in this country. Yes. And
but it's just one aspect, I think.
Yes.
It just is like a lagniappe. It adds to.
Right. They call, and I have had concierge from different hotels saying, do you still have the bullet holes in the walls in the back dining room? Well, no, but I answered yes.
There's a lot of history to say
yes.
that certain people who dined here made international decisions that truly changed the world. And I won't dabble into those. Everybody can do their own.
No, I'll agree to that.
And that's
from different stories I heard. Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that.
It's just kind of it's a historical landmark in a sense, because some decisions that were made here changed American history and the world
allegedly
history.
Yeah,
allegedly,
yes.
Allegedly.
We've had a lot of politicians here as well, congressmen and representatives and governors.
Yeah.
Well, Lisa and Mary Jo, I sincerely appreciate your time. I feel like family, and you really made me feel that way. And just not only you guys' love and warmth and just being candid with us makes me feel that way, but just walking in here and feeling the nostalgia of the time, the love, and dedication that your whole family's put into here, and I sincerely appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
We feel the same way about you.
Thank you so very much.
It was very easy speaking to you and being around you all, and it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well.
Families raised here, celebrations held here, lives measured in dinners and anniversaries and Sunday nights. Mosca's isn't just a restaurant, it's a memory that never closed.